Hey guys, it's Big Red 310 here again. Yeah, whatever. In my room! I haven't made a video in my room since the Capital Punishment review, which was almost a month ago. Yay! So that means I've made 2 videos in a month. Wow, yeah. Alright, people. People are talking to me about Money in the Bank, because I did say in my Capital Punishment video that I wasn't going to order the next dirty pay-per-view no matter what, because I was so pissed at that one segment with Barack Obama that I felt cheated out of my money, even though I thought the show was a good show with a lot of good matches. But I was so pissed, so embarrassed that I said I'm not ordering the next pay-per-view. And I said in the video, because everyone thought, oh, Cena, R-Truth in a cage. I said, no. Cena's fighting Punk, 2 Money in the Bank matches. I'm not ordering it. Now, when I said that, I didn't know that the WWE would be doing a Nexus-type angle as far as buzz. Obviously, I think this has got maybe a little more buzz in the industry. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought it was going to be standard build-up. Where I knew Punk's promos would be great, but I did not think they would go this far. Things have changed. With that in mind, I still don't think I'm ordering the pay-per-view. Sorry, WWE. You ripped me off. Really. Like I said, the show wasn't a bad show wrestling-wise, but I felt ripped off, even though the show wasn't that bad. And that's why I can't order this pay-per-view. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Maybe if something changes last minute, like I so desperately need to see the show, but I ain't ordering it. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna be here, at least I don't think, because I have a flight. Yes, you see, my whole summer has been involved in airports, summer programs, best in the world, my family vacation, which I just got back from. I have to do some charity thing for a friend of mine in another goddamn country. Really, like, my summer has been airports. So, I have just been going crazy, and I don't think I'll be able to see that pay-per-view live, which actually is kind of upsetting because I do want to see that match live. We'll see what happens, though. So, what to talk about in this video? This video I want to talk about they don't need another Hogan. That's the title of the videos you see. They don't need another Hulk Hogan because there's been a lot of talk. I've been listening, as you guys know, I listen to Figure 4 Wrestling Online's podcast. I'm very behind, as I still haven't seen the one with Josh Nason, the one with Ricky Ataki, the second Brian and Vinny show reviewing Impact, and the one of Dave and Brian reviewing Destination X. I've been behind. But I was listening to the one of Brian and Todd Martin, and Todd was saying how Cena needs to turn heel, his character's getting stale, it has to happen. And Brian was saying how, well, they don't have someone to replace Cena. They don't have their Hulk Hogan to replace Cena in that role of all the Make-A-Wish and all that extra work and all that good stuff. Here's my thinking on this. Because there has been talk of Cena turning heel this Sunday. And after tonight's Raw, it looks very possible. Now, I said that at Survivor Series. I went to that show, and I was fucking ripped off at that show, where Cena was also promised to be fired if Barrett won at that show, and that also happened. But whatever. But basically, I think everyone's saying that how could Cena turn heel? Those that don't think he should turn heel. He really shouldn't. Oh my God, it's going to hurt the company. All right, let me talk about John Cena. I know I just kind of went on a tangent there, but I like John Cena. I really do. I respect the guy. I like the way he works in the ring. Everything. He's also the type of guy to me that you can put him in a match with anybody. Anybody. Because to me, when I see a match, John Cena versus so-and-so, I don't really look at John Cena. It kind of goes in and out of my mind. I look at his opponent. His opponent, to me, makes me think how good the match will be. John Cena versus The Miz and John Cena versus The Punk, 2 different expectations. But really, like John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler, John Cena versus John Morrison, it really doesn't matter to me. I think the way he wrestles, you can put him in with anybody. Marquee it the same, and I don't think people's expectations of the match will alter because John Cena's in it. Well, I guess the really hardcore Cena haters maybe, but for me, no. For me, I'm just like, okay, John Cena's in it. And I'm not saying that as a negative. I'm just saying that it doesn't affect my perception of a match at all just because John Cena's in it. And I like the guy. I like the way he wrestles, but I do agree that it is time to turn the man heel. I think he has been faced for far too long. People like to point out with people like to say with Austin that when they turned Austin heel, it was a huge mistake, and it was. It was a big mistake. It was very bad for business. But Austin was not getting half the arenas, sometimes more, booing him out of the building in every place he appears. Austin was not getting that. Cena is. it would be something like the Hulk Hogan thing, except maybe it wouldn't be received the same. I don't think it would be received as that big of a deal compared to the Hulk Hogan thing, but it's more ready for it. I don't think Hogan was having as many boos and as many flat out hate chants as these people do for Cena. Now, granted, Cena is the most over guy in the company and all this and that. And everyone's saying that if he turns heel, well, what are they going to do? Who are they going to replace him? In my opinion, they don't need another Hulk Hogan. Let me tell you, when I started watching wrestling in 2001, 2002, I watched briefly in 01, but I didn't really get into it until like summer of 2002. And when I started watching then, there really was no face of the company. You had a heel champion in Triple H and a heel champion in Brock Lesnar. Now you had face challengers, but those guys weren't really the face of the company. They were just, challengers. Generally, the company was run from 2002 to 2005. Their main figure was Triple H, who was a heel. It's possible to have a wrestling period without a main face. Yeah, Benoit won the title in 04, but they didn't really treat him as much of a champion compared to Triple H. Most of the time he only wrestled in the main event if he was wrestling Triple H. If Triple H had a match and that was not with Benoit, Triple H would main event the show and Benoit wouldn't. Let's see, Benoit main evented Backlash, which had Triple H. He main evented Vengeance, which had Triple H. He main evented SummerSlam, but he kind of had to. And he didn't main event Bad Blood, but Triple H did. Whenever Triple H wasn't with him, I don't think Benoit really got fair shine. So, with that in mind, although I do like Benoit, I think that really, they didn't really have a main face during that period. And yes, I totally understand that business was down. It was down, and then when John Cena showed up and became the new Hulk Hogan, business went back up. I get that. But here's the thing. Business right now is horrible. Now, granted, Over the Limit did a little better than expected. Extreme Rules did horrendous. Horrendous. One of the worst buy rates in company history ever. I think the second lowest behind Extreme besides December to Dismember. Extreme Elimination Chamber did horrendous. Last year, that pay-per-view did, I believe, 260,000, 270,000 buys. This year, it did 200,000 buys. That's a significant decline for no apparent reason. The Rumble was down this year from last year. Obviously, Mania was well up, but that was because of a guy who isn't even a part of the active roster. Business is down. Business is very bad right now. Wrestling is as unpopular as it's ever been. Possibly, there are people, I guess there are statistics that show that in the early to mid-90s, wrestling was almost as unpopular, but you can make a case how nowadays it's the most unpopular it's ever been. How could possibly Cena staying a face be affecting business in a good way? When Austin was turned heel, that's when the people say the company never recovered from. He turned heel and they never recovered from that point. But for Cena, they're already in dire straits. They're already in a really bad point right now. I feel that turning him heel is not going to tank business even more. I think really turning him heel will spike some more interest into the product and into the company in general. In my opinion, I really just don't think that it'll be like the same effect as Austin did, or will severely hurt business. You can have a period without a main face. They've done it before in the early 2000s when Austin left. And that was when I really got into wrestling. It's easy to do. Now, I understand people's problems. There's a problem in that a lot of these guys aren't over with the crowd because of the way WWE does their stupid fucking booking. And yes, that is true. That because of the way Cena's been booked compared to everybody else, I mean, really, everyone else just pales in comparison as a challenger to Cena. I mean, they've done a good job with Punk, but it's very hard to get a bunch of challengers over to feed off of Cena. I really think it is. And like I said, it just, it's going to be, I think they do need to get their guys more over before they do the Cena heel turn. But if they do it, I don't think it'd be a negative either. Also, another problem I have with having a Hulk Hogan or Austin or John Cena in today's day and age is nowadays, because of the way WWE books, those guys they completely stand above everyone else. If Hulk Hogan was booked in today's modern wrestling, good Lord, no one could touch the man. No one could touch the man. Austin was a little different. Triple H, Rock, Taker, he had competition. But John Cena stands above everyone. Everyone. Now, I'm not saying turning him heel would automatically lower him a little bit. But, when you're a heel, you lose more on the house shows. You're now perceived, as this big supernatural comeback guy like John Cena is, his superhuman Superman comeback matches would have to go away, and he would be more of a heel who would be working over people. So I think his image would go down a little bit, and he can kind of come back to the rest of the roster's level. That's one of the problems with this company right now. He is so above everyone else, and it hurts the booking. So yes, in my opinion, I think you can turn him heel. I think there is a way, if done properly. Now, that's the key. If done properly, this company doesn't know how to do things properly. I think there is a way to not have a huge Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena babyface and a wrestling be successful. In fact, I think it would be more successful if he was heel because of how low the product is right now. They need to freshen it up. That's just my opinion. I'm Big Red 310. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Short and quick, and I thought it was pretty good. I'm out. See you.